Hello, I am Barendipitous, and welcome to another episode of Pyre. Our the our journey continues as we work toward the next liberation rite. Sisters, we are under attack. Hold. No. We are merely being mocked. By none other than the Nightwings. Mock us all you wish, then, wastrels of the Commonwealth. The sight of you in that utterly outlandish wagon. Your mere existence is an affront to the act of flight. Would that my sisters and I could soar tireless and free as once we did, but nay, we must resort to such ignoble means of travel, such as you. Now stay away from us, lest our vengeance should extend beyond your commonwealth and become much more personal in nature. Something about the strange island you see below draws your attention. Best to avert your gaze from the Isle of Calamur. Even the scribes themselves thought to avoid the place. Let us fly on. The unmistakable remains of Sylvia's horse-headed, which protrude from the ashen fire there below. Some have taken it to be a work of sculpture, reader. The tale of a Titan felled by Saint Tithys. That is more unbelievable than the thought that some daring exiled over many years carved the Titan's visage out of stone. Be that as it may, the climate and the cliffs are home now to exiled harps, such as the Essence, whom you faced here when you first arrived. Even they do not all know the locale's sacred significance. Your wagon touches down in Black Basin where you first met Wolfred, and Pamitha as well. You briefly wonder at what might have happened had your paths not crossed as you consider what to do with the remains of the afternoon. The Beyonder Crystal seeks Pamitha. I always like making small talk with Sandra. You know, my lovely reader, I must admit that I did not expect your little followers to be quite so receptive to instruction as thus far they have proved. I know not whether they owe it all to you, or have somewhat more to them than I was first inclined to think. In any case, however, I am pleased they are not entirely disgraceful. I like to keep my expectations well in check, seeing as I have been thus expelled until the end of time, so it is pleasant when those expectations are exceeded every now and then. Although I cannot quite recall when last that was. But the best part of all are these brief times in which you visit me in my domain. I know you cannot for long. This darned crystal in which I am enthralled shall see to that. Though, as you have perhaps surmised, whenever it decides that one of your little friends is worthwhile enough, why, I can offer them a trial, and likewise I can offer you a chat. Sometimes I think, as you advance those trials of mine, perhaps it does something to trim the length of my eternal banishment. Eternity being what it is, however, perhaps not. Still, if the trophies of those blasted scribes are worth something to you, then all you need is but to brave my trials, and they can be yours. Perhaps there's good in it for me as well. Then something changes in her, and she changes the subject. I've likely said too much. I'm not to influence you in your use of the Beyonder Crystal. It is not there to be tampered with, by anyone, including me. Forget what I said. Oh good, just as I was beginning to feel more bored even than usual. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special rites for Pamitha. Oh, you mean that feisty harp. She may yet be taught some manners, I should think. I shall attempt to bring her down to size. Let us bring her forth. Soon Pamitha arrives in heed of the summons. You called for me, reader darling? Ah, it's that crystal. Then, let's hash it out. I'm ready. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, harp. You answer to me here. Oh, a bossy one. Sure, then. Go on and tell me more. Such a delightful student for a change. Come, then. Let us see what you can do. Left to your own devices, save for your reader's vigilance, of course. Let's show her what she wants to see, then, reader darling. Okay. Nice. Dang it. No, that's probably it. I just need 2 more hits. Come on. Nice. Oh, just 1 more. Excellent. There we go. There, now, is everybody happy? Oh, as happy as can be, my doubtless pretty harp. So good of you to ask. On top of that, your performance was sufficient and you have passed my test. You have my congratulations, both to you and your lovely reader. Now be gone from here before I have any second thoughts. My, that Sandra sure could use a massage or something. So angry, isn't she? Say, what's that you have there, darling? Triesta's plume. While flying after dousing an adversary's pyre, you may immediately return and deals 3. Oh! Nice. On we go. You and Ruki spend much of the day searching through the monolithic stonework of Black Shore until at last... Not a whole lot here, chum. Unless you count this. Fire caps. Could fetch a decent price. 70. Yeah, definitely. You find Ruki having just put back his green tail family portrait. There is something of a wistful look in his eyes. Then something comes over him and he moves in close, lowering his voice. Look, chum, I gotta level with you about something here real quick. Truth is that I haven't been entirely upfront with you about my family situation. He hesitates a while, then... We ain't exactly quite as rich as I've been letting on. I mean, we do just fine, and we got lots of money stored away. It's just mostly locked up in savings bonds, and... He seems to catch himself in the middle of another tall tale and relents before you can respond one way or another. The situation is my mom back on the other side. She needs a little bit of help, financially and otherwise. All she's got now are my knuckle-headed uncles to keep her steady. I always told her I'd make something of myself, you know? I was just a clerk in her shop. Things started getting tough for us, so I started looking for all kinds of different work. Got in with some unseemly sorts, I guess, but the pay was real good. We took to shipping certain types of stuff down here, of all places, flashing it straight down the river, watertight. The pay was right. Mom was so proud of me. We were eating real good all the time. But you can probably guess what happened. I barely scraped by after they flushed me down here. Would have been food for a bunch of howlers had Jody not bailed me out of a tough spot one fine evening. As for my mom, she doesn't know the half of it. My uncle told her I'm away on business. Not entirely unsure, I guess, but if she knew, it'd break her poor heart. So I don't know how else to put this, chum, but I want to get out of here. Get back to what I was doing back home. On the straight and narrow, though. I'd go straight this time for sure. Just don't go telling everybody that old Rookie Greentail is just a mama's boy, okay? I got a certain reputation to uphold. He quickly scampers out the door. His past has been weighing heavily on him, but you sense he was sincere about wishing to lead an honest life. And on we go. En route to the nest of Triesta, the wagon comes to a sudden halt. That does it. I'm leaving. The cause of Jodario's outburst soon becomes apparent. Well, reader darling, at least some of us know how to take a joke, wouldn't you say? Look, she was reminiscing once again about her soldier days, and I just happened to point out, I may have suggested the fiery destruction of the Spiral Sanctum happened on her former unit's watch. I mean, didn't it? Not that she would have made much of a difference had she been there herself. She ought to thank the saint that she was spared by her exile here. I thought she held no love for your commonwealth. I shall never understand what it is your people saw in that dreadful place, but I guess I hit a sore spot. I shall probably apologize. She swoops off. There is no sign of either of them. You organize a small search. It proves fruitless, but then Jodario returns, alone, as if nothing happens. She is back to her calm self. Let us continue. I regret the interruption. Pamela soon comes back as well. Oh, don't you worry, darling. I have definitely patched things up between us, honest. At least, I think perhaps I didn't make things worse. She returns to her business in the wagon. You make ready to resume your travels, but make a note to follow up with them. You find Pamitha in the midst of a heated conversation. All I'm saying is, we're limiting not only our own choices individually, but all your friends' choices as well. Chances as well. Your own chances. Jodario seems to be considering whatever it is that Pamitha proposed. Reader, the harp here is suggesting that perhaps it would be best if I were to form an alliance with the ones whom I fought for the better part of my life. Just with me, Jodario, I cannot vouch for anybody else. How utterly absurd. If we were in the Commonwealth, I would not have stayed my hand against her, that I can say for certain. However, as Hedwin would say, what happened back there? Perhaps none of that matters anymore. What matters more is what we do from here. That is to say, I'm willing to give it a shot. You mean you would be willing to conduct the rites with me? Yes. See. Excellent. I knew that you would come around. Thought she'd never come around, but I ought to give her the benefit of the doubt here. I am grateful for your open-mindedness. No need to let old enmities between our ancestors ruin things between us, or the others in our little party for that matter. After all, do not push it with me, Harp. We shall see if the reader here is thus inclined to pair us in the coming rites. I am willing to defer to him. Anyway, you see, I think I managed to make amends there. Doubtless we'll get on swimmingly in no time. Jodariel and Pamitha and Jodariel are now willing to conduct the rites together. Excellent. I guess I didn't realize there was such a restriction before, but I guess it makes sense. Oh, hey guys, look, I got something here I think which maybe you would like. He shows you several bottles of multicolored liquids of some sort. Sun serum, star serum, and moon serum. The next rite gives hope. The next rite gives quickness, and the next rite gives presence. Yeah, they taste pretty good, I guess. And besides, they can give you just the little lift you need, know what I mean? You get thirsty for them, don't even worry, I can get more soon. I'm not really interested in those. Pleasure doing business with you guys, so here we go. Though the now familiar surroundings of the nest of Trieste made preparations faster than before, the stars are already aflame by the time you and the others are gathered. At last, well, Faye, I have every faith in your ability in this. Blessed be the 8 scribes who created this celestial contest, through which exiles such as ourselves may demonstrate our capacity for faithfulness and strength. You wish them all good fortune in turn. Little else is said, and together you watch the celestial harmony in calm and silence and await the withdrawn. What the heck? Were those constellations there before? Yeah, something else catches your eye in the sky. This time, strange new stars shimmering about, the ones you recognize. The greater titans have returned. Oh gosh. Some of them, and merely in spirit, not in form. But those dark stars are a portentous sign. Though they may light your way, beware the path which they illuminate, reader. Henceforth you may invite the influence of the Titan stars. I think I have an idea what this might be. I'm guessing, so in Bastion and Transistor, they had like limiters, things that made the game harder but gave you more bonuses. I'm guessing that's what this is. The Pyre shall automatically suffer damage to rank up faster. Each have +8 hope, making them return sooner after banishment. What? Oh, your adversaries have +8 hope. His adversaries have more cunning and much quicker to react. I don't think I'm quite inclined. I'm usually not inclined to use these. Proceed the right. Yep, that's what I thought. Hmm.
Previous time, ye snuffed our Pyre's flame, prevailed. This time, all for ye sulk, no matter the result, and no matter the cost.
The withdrawn. Let us show them what the Night Wings can do.
The rite shall begin forthwith.
I'm going to at least equip each of them with their special legendary talisman. So let's see here. Probably the three that will get more experience, I guess. Dang it! I was going to put Dodariel and Pamitha together. Dang it. Okay, fine. Okay, I think I am ready.
Hear us, ye sulk. Bring to us thy terrible power.
Dang it! Dang it. I'm sorry, what? What just happened? There we go. Indeed. Too close. There we go. Dang it. Oh no. Dang it. Not looking good. There we go. Clever. Really? You had your chance. You keep falling into the pit. What's up with that? One more.
Hear us, Ysulk. Let us be the vessel of thy will, and thwart these heathen fools.
Would that she served the scribes as faithfully as the monstrosity which she adores.
Indeed.
They banished.
What? Dang it! Wow, okay. What?
Weak attempt, and yet it hit the mark.
Huh. Alright.
Although their adversaries put up quite an effort.
Indeed. I think next time I'll put Pamela and Jodariel in the same one.
Ysulk savours defeat. Thine, ours. He cares not. Ye shall see.
Teach something of trust. Witness the rites firsthand, and be inspired. Until the next rite.
Back at the wagon, after thwarting the withdrawn after a few close... Wow, yeah, they really do know what happened. After a few close calls, you are about to join the others discussing the outcome when Wolfred finds you. Good work out there, my boy. Though I'm afraid I must pull you away from any revelry. But there is something you should see. Please, join me outside. Look forth. The golden star revealed itself to us once more. Oh, indeed. Somewhere deep in the infinite dark, a single star shines brighter than the rest. The path to freedom revealed itself again. The rites are calling you again to the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free, should you prevail. It is as we discussed. The cycle of the rites is beginning to turn more quickly. Perhaps the scribes themselves have taken notice. Fortunately, having more frequent opportunities to free ourselves is not unwelcome to our plan. I suppose it's good for everyone, including the chastity, who will oppose us next. Going to Mount Alodiel ought to be a little easier than before. At least, we shall be able to make landing near to some of the old monuments to the scribes. Let's set forth at dawn. Soon everyone is off to rest, as best as they are able, knowing that another chance at liberty for one of them shall soon present itself. Faye seems to be in a happy mood, though she always seems to be around Jodariel, who's listening to her with patience. Be around John. So I would just look within the sallow caps each daybreak for the morning dew to drink, and once in a while I would find maybe a stream to drink from too. Though I'd get very thirsty sometimes too. I tried drinking tree sap once. It wasn't very good. Really, it was very bad, I guess. She seems to be discussing how exactly she managed to survive in the downside all alone for so long. Jodariel watches her intently all the while. Food was harder to find, usually because, this is a bit embarrassing, but I tried never to harm a living thing, and, because it makes me very sad. But sometimes it is the way of things, I understand. I do. And so I would eat as often as needed to and tried a lot of different things to see if they were good. Most of them weren't, though. But I got by. I learned to get by. I already knew how a little bit because back home where I came from, there I had to get by. There, too. Here, well, it was harder, but it wasn't that much harder in a way. Jodariel remains silent for some time as Faye trails off. Then she embraces Faye and holds her there gently. Faye lets out a breath, but says nothing either for a while. Faye, may I ask a question of you? Me? Oh, of course. What question is it? How old are you? Do you know? Oh, I am 19 years old. That is how old I am, I think. Truly. Then you've seen a lot, and not a lot of time. I know that what you have achieved, it is a feat. I have known seasoned soldiers who could not have lived through the experiences you have described. Oh, really? Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. You have seldom seen Faye look so joyful as this moment. As for Jodariel, you could count on one hand the number of times you have seen a smile play across her lips. You leave them to their conversation. How do you open these two? That's what I want to know. Alright, that is a perfect place to end. Oh, I think I saw something new inside the wagon. Yep, there it is. A bit of warmth and cold. Magma mug. I wish to nod and stare. They're kind of like a like a lava lamp or something. Anyway. But yeah, I think that I'll call it that good for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. All the best.